everyone. Um, I'm just here with an update. It's like, you know, I'm not preaching or anything today. I just want to talk about like an update. I know I haven't posted anything in a while. And, I really don't have any inspiring things to say. Today, not too long ago, my therapist that I have dropped off a $25 Walmart gift card for me to get some food. And it was really nice of her. It was, I'm appreciative of it. At the same time, though, I was really sad. It hurt to go down there and get that gift card from her. And, a lot of you might think, oh, I'm insensitive, complaining about getting a gift card when there's people out here who are sick and dying and things like that. And I understand the world is suffering. But it just hurts when you're put in a position where you want to do for yourself. You want to take care of yourself and thrive and be successful and use your gifts and talents and do everything that God, created you to do and live to the fullest potential. And you constantly have to be faced with shame. You constantly have to be attacked. And, for so many years, people might not understand it. For so many years, I've dealt with nothing but shame. From growing up in a house with my family who persecuted me and mistreated me and shunned me and rejected me, to sitting in a classroom every day for years with children who laughed at me constantly and made me feel, insignificant. From, just pretty much just being the failure that everybody looked at. I've always, been on welfare. Majority of my life, probably 95% of my life, I lived on welfare, getting public assistance. And it's not because I wanted to. I had goals and aspirations. I was a highly intelligent and ambitious woman, but because of demonic attacks and evil, wicked people in my life, I constantly face setbacks no matter how much I strive to make it. And it's like every time I take a step forward, I would go back 5 steps and things would happen that was beyond my control. And so now here I am today. And, when I was facing all this stuff, the Lord was showing me scriptures: for your former shame, I'll give you a double portion. But I didn't get a double portion. I just got more shame and more pain and abuse. I go from living on welfare and, having food stamps, not having a job, to having my kids put in foster care. And now I'm at the point where, I was working. I cannot work anymore because my car, as you all saw in the other video, the brakes went out and I have no money to pay for it because I was using my car as my means of income. I worked with my car, used my vehicle to work. And so now I'm in a situation where I need my vehicle to get money and I can't pay for my car to be repaired without money. So here we are once again in the same situation where I'm without a car, I'm without money, I'm without a job. I can't take care of my son. I'm tired of being the failure. I've had to ask my oldest daughter to borrow her car. You know how that looks? It's just a demeaning thing. My second oldest daughter talks about me and confides in my mother about, how I can't take care of her. And it's just a disappointment to her. But it's like it's all beyond my control. There's nothing that I can do about it. But I'm constantly faced with this, and it just hurts, that this is the life that I have been subjected to, and that, God has sacrificed me and used me as a vessel and made me the sacrifice so he can get his work done for his people and allow demonic things and wicked, evil things to happen to me. And, I wanted to be the one helping. I'm tired of always being on the receiving end, being a needy person, from living in homeless shelters and going to food pantries, getting help from other people. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of being looked at this big stereotype, a poor single black mother that is on welfare, does not have a job, and her children can't keep her children. They're put in foster care. I live the stereotype of everything that's negative when it comes to a black woman, and I didn't want that for myself. And I sit here today wondering what happened. How did it end up like this? It's like, not only that, I tried. I went to school. I enrolled in college. I, did things to better myself, worked at good jobs, and tried to take care of my family. I went on a healthy eating diet and wrote books, and I did all kinds of things, started businesses, and here I am sitting here today an overweight black woman, obese actually, an obese black woman on welfare, children in foster care needing a therapist to come and bring her a $25 gift card so she can take care of her family. And it hurts. And, God says our enemies will not see their desires upon us. Everybody who hated me for no reason has seen their desires upon me. And I've just been facing so much persecution to the point where I try not to break down. But it's got to the point where I'm just filled with nothing but shame, because I never wanted this for myself. It's like I wanted to accomplish something. I wanted to have a better life. And no matter how hard I fought for that life, it was like it was beyond my control. People have, come up against me because they saw me as an easy target. I've always been, alone. I didn't have anything. I was powerless. And so people took advantage of that, and they ganged up on me and destroyed me. And God let them. So I put all my hope and trust in Him. And this is what my life ends up like. And I'm sitting in this car right now that I can't drive because the brakes are out and gone. I'm sitting in here making this video because I don't know what else to do. I'm sitting in the house every day, barely have enough food to eat and feed my son. We get $300 in food stamps, and that's it. And my son has to sit there. I enrolled him in activities programs. He was doing boxing and taking video recording classes and photography, all these things. I enrolled him in instrument lessons, and once again I'm put in a position where I can't do it anymore because now I don't have the money, I don't have the means of transportation, I have nothing. And it's like every time I try and strive to do better for me and my children, it's just the same thing. I get knocked back down and there's no one to help me. And I have not really spoken to God at all during this ordeal because it's like I've lost trust in Him because of everything He's allowed me to go through. I did good and I got evil in return. And He has all these scriptures in the Bible, but none of them worked out for me. Look at me. I'm fat right now, not because of my own, because He's allowed people to do things. And I literally worked my behind off running miles, 6-10 miles a day. I would run 5 days a week. I was dedicated. I'm the type of person that I would go out there. If I wanted something, I would do it. I didn't care what it took. I would put in the hard work. I woke up at 5 a.m. every morning before work and ran to lose weight. But because there are weak, envious, lackadaisical people who lack motivation and ambition, and they're jealous of other people who do what is necessary and don't make excuses, they get to tear me down and destroy me. And I have been so angry at God because it's like, you let all of this stuff happen to me. I don't care that you could offer me heaven. I don't care about that. The thing is, you said in your Bible it's supposed to be here in earth as it is in heaven. And I've lived my entire life facing nothing but shame. I have lived my entire life being deprived of everything. Everything I've sat back and watched Him give to other people, all His other children. And it's like you overlooked me. You let me suffer for what reason? I believed your scriptures in the Bible. I prayed and cried out to you to help me. And no help ever came. But instead, you let all these people do all these evil things to me, destroy me, and then tell me about it years later, and how I had to sit here and everybody looks at me. They look at me and laugh at me like I did this to myself. I did not. I didn't do this to myself. My daughter, my second oldest daughter, has so much animosity towards me, and that's another thing that hurts. We had an altercation just yesterday that left me so emotionally distressed because I was in a position where I had to ask my oldest daughter to borrow her car. And it's just like my kids lack respect for me at all and demean me. And I'm at the point where I'm just disgusted with everything. I'm disgusted with my life. I'm disgusted with God. And I just get on here every day just as a release to talk about what's going on. I really don't care what anybody thinks or feels about me because none of you have been in my situation. And I know really no one else cares because people have their own problems they're dealing with. But this is just how I feel right now. That, I really don't know why. God told me the Jezebel spirits are coming after me. But what can I do about it? Like I said, I pray, I ask, and I don't receive. I knock, the doors never open. I look at him, and he says in the Bible, he's a God that gives good gifts to his children. And if we ask for a loaf of bread, he would not give us a stone. Or if we ask for a fish, he would not give us a serpent. And I just look at all the things that I've gotten when I've asked God for his help. And my whole life has been yeah, I made mistakes. I did things and I was punished for those things. I'm okay with that. But to live my entire life, to have my entire life wasted, even when I turned myself around early in my 20s and tried my hardest to get myself together despite all the mistakes I made, because I was a hurting, pain girl who just needed some love and couldn't get it. And I feel like now I've been subjected to being punished for an eternity because of that. And I sit here every day just deprived of living a normal life, sitting here suffering and in pain every day, not even fulfilled, walking around as a shame and a mockery to everyone. My mother and my daughter gang together and talk about me like a dog. I overheard them talking about me. It hurts because I have no one in my corner, no one. Everybody laughed at me my entire life. Everybody in my family looks at me. It's just, the failure. And I am tired of being that when I know that was not meant for me. It wasn't. That was not supposed to be my life. And to think that God allowed all this to happen. And it took me to get this $25 gift card, sit here and reflect about just how bad it really has gotten in my life. And those who hated me, I know you're laughing and you feel great. I'm glad you're happy that you get to see your desires upon me. You get to all the wicked things that you want to happen when you got what you wanted. And I hope you're happy. I mean, I don't know how that'll change you, and you're still probably going to be miserable, but you get to hurt people, and that makes you feel good about yourself. So I hope you have, accomplished what you meant to accomplish. Okay. I hope you have achieved your goal by breaking me down and hurting me, a person who did nothing to you. I hope that you are happy and you are satisfied, because I hope you'll soon realize that, hurting other people does not change you. It does not make you less miserable than you already are. And the problem was never me. The problem was something inside of you. You had a problem with yourself, and if you would have just dealt with your problems and took it to the one who could have helped you instead of hurting other people, had nothing to do with it. And that's how I feel like it was just wrong that God put me in a position where I had to be that scapegoat for everyone, that I had to be on the receiving end of the abuse, because everyone else who was in pain or hurting or had a miserable life or hated themselves get to just project that off onto me and destroy everything about me. And I have no shame anymore about anything, because it's like I have been reduced to nothing. I mean, I have gone through the most demeaning, degrading things there is. So it's like getting on here telling all this stuff doesn't even bother me anymore, because I have gone through the most despicable things I can imagine, from being abused and raped and all the things that's happened to me. Having my children taken out of the home, losing custody of my daughter. Those things, it's just, it's shameful. Shameful. Asking people, getting on here, ask for money and not even $1 because no one even gave a care. I've gone through shame and pain and suffering. And, I didn't deserve it. I know I did not deserve it. And a lot of times we suffer, it's not because we deserve it. I know God is the type of person that he will put you through suffering just to save someone else. But I'm just, I'm tired of carrying other people's burdens, because they can go to God themselves and receive his salvation if they don't want to. I shouldn't have to bear that burden and be penalized and receive the consequences because they did not want to accept Jesus Christ. And look at me, look at my skin. I used to have beautiful skin. I look terrible now. So like I said, to those who have done all these things, I hope you're happy. But it doesn't change your life. What you've done to me I don't know how that makes you feel any better. You're still going to be miserable because the problem is not me. It never was me. Okay? The problem is something inside of you. And I've dealt with that problem myself. I dealt with hating myself because other people hated me, and I didn't understand what was wrong with me until I realized there wasn't anything wrong with me. It was just people who had problems and they did not like themselves. They did not feel love, or it was something about them that did not measure up. And so they wanted to project that off on me. And so for many years, I had to bear everybody else's burdens, everybody else's pain, everybody's wickedness and evil. My son has to sit in the house every day confined to a home, looking at four walls in a small, cramped up one-bedroom apartment. No 15-year-old boy should have that type of life. And it hurts me when my kids have to suffer, and I look at God like, you do this to my children. I come to you, do your work, and this is what you do. This is how you reward me. You punish me a whole lifetime. Yeah, because I made the mistake. I was a what you would call a whore when I was young. I didn't turn myself into a whore. Thing is, I was a hurting girl who had a father who introduced her to pornography and molested her. And, I could not get help from anywhere. I went to church, they ignored me. They looked at everybody else and ignored me. I was never accepted by the church. And I still am not to this day. And it's okay. I'm at the point where I get it. I was not good enough to be invested in, to invest love and time into me at all. And so now this is the result. Someone who is just kind of messed up on the inside. Just, I don't know. But it's like hard when this God has these expectations, telling you to help other people when he's never helped you. He's never helped me. And look at my life. It would not have been this way if he would have done what he was supposed to have done for me. So I'm going to go and take my gift card. I'm thankful for it because, it's going to help us buy some food. But I'm not happy because this was not supposed to be my life. Getting handouts from people. I had dreams to have a ministry where I would help the needy and the poor and give to them. But the enemy took all of that away from me, and God let them do it. He let the enemy take and steal everything. And I'm at the point where it's like there's nothing that can be done to make up for all of the injustice, the pain, and the abuse. I just want to see him avenge me of my adversaries. Every single person who's done these things to me, they are supposed to reap what they have sown. And that is what the Holy Spirit told me. They are going to reap what they have sown. And that's the only thing I can sit here and hope for. So I'm going to go shopping. And that's all I have to say.